Hi, thank you for joining me this evening. Today's date is December 19th, 2018, and it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's Wednesday. It looks like, Christmas is 6 days away. If you celebrate it, fantastic. If not, I won't be here on Christmas Day. Just thought I'd let you know. So let's get started on this trade that we've been working on, which is my share screen for you, and it's NZDUSD. Now, before you panic, I know just yesterday we were around $8 negative. Currently, we're a negative $18.73, but there's nothing to worry about. And I'll tell you why as we continue on. This trade is New Zealand dollar, US dollar, otherwise known as NZDUSD. And this is a buy. The buy has a lot size of a 0.01, which is the smallest amount that you can put in for a trade, because the smallest you can go means the longest you can go. So your time frame is ongoing. But if you notice, my balance is at $1,059.96. So I haven't done too bad. Keep in mind, every amount in the balance wasn't not all from trading. I pulled it from other accounts to build up my margin level. Most people say you can go down to 100%. And brokers love that because chances of you losing your account are very high. They're not going to lose theirs. So you go to 100% and you're stomped out of the trade. Whether it's hit your stop loss or not, you will literally be thrown out of the trade. So I keep my margin level to a minimum of 2,500, and maximum right now is at 4,987.93%. I have a long ways to go before I have to be concerned about this trade. So being at negative 1869 is not that big of a deal. My buy went in at, my entry price was at 0.69586. My stop loss, go down to the 4-hour time chart so you can see the amount, was at 0.63586, which is actually 6,000 pips negative, or $60. And keep in mind that the $60 is the most I will be able to lose on this trade. So I've got a long ways to go before I have to be concerned about that. My take profit is at 0.75586, which is, as you can see, also 6,000 pips, or $60. Now, I have the 1-to-1 ratio. It keeps my risk to profit margin at the same amount, making it a win-win all the way around. So I'm not going to be hitting my stop loss anytime soon, but I will be hitting my take profit, and I'll show you why in one moment. People ask me why I do the day time chart. Well, going down to a minute time chart, do you know what to do? You don't have your charts marked up like mine. Mine is actually called a naked chart, and I don't normally mark up this chart. I have other charts that I mark up, but this one I do not, because I go through grand mal seizures forgetting everything every single night. So when I wake up, relearning the indicators, how to mark up the chart, the supply and demand, the trend lines, and all of that is just overwhelming for me. So I chose to do a naked chart. And in a minute time chart, there's not much here that you can actually see a clear, complete picture of this trade. So moving on to a 5-minute time chart, there's still not enough to see. I'd like to keep a good 2 to 4 years knowledge of what I can see on a trade so that I can see the trend that that trade's been going. Without the chart being marked up, no indicators, nothing like that, this is extremely risky to be trading in this area, especially if you don't have the experience, you know. Going into the 15-minute time chart, there's a little more information, but it only goes back to November 28th of this year, not that long ago. So I would advise you, if you've never done trading before and you haven't done a demo for at least 90 days, you haven't gone through the education and training to learn how to trade, I wouldn't go into this time chart at all because it's high risk. Chances of you making a profit are kind of limited. Going in the 30-minute time chart, there's a little more, but I still wouldn't advise it if you're just starting out. If you haven't done the experience, you don't know what you're doing, I would not advise trading on these smaller time charts. Now, once that's said, and you've got the education, and you've been trading for a while, and you've succeeded for a while, I'm talking 90 days or more, then have fun. But never believe that past profits guarantee future results. There is no guarantee with trading. Moving into the hour time chart, I can see a little bit more, but it only goes back to September 25th of this year, not that long ago. So I can't really see the trend on this trade. And never forget, a trend is your friend. It really truly is. It will tell you what you can be looking at. Going into the 4-hour time chart, yeah, you could trade here on a naked chart without the indicators, without the supply and demand, as well as the resistance, as well as the head and shoulders, as well as all of it. But you're still a little risky because it only goes back to January 22nd of this year. Not really a year. So I wouldn't advise it here either. That's why I go into the daytime chart. Sitting in the daytime chart, when you trade right, but you look left. And you see where this trade is right here. So you put your cursor there and you move it left until you come up to basically the same pattern that was prior, which is about right in here. Yeah, right in there. You see that? You see where it's sitting? And that tells me it's about ready to turn and go towards profit. It's just going to take some time. So trading in the market takes 3 things: patience, consistency, and no emotion. If you have an emotion on whether you win or lose money, you're not going to do very well, because when you lose, it's not really a loss, it's a lesson learned. And when you get that lesson, if you have so much emotion on the trade, it could give you a heart attack. You don't want to do that. So, being that it's right here, yeah, right about there, 67768, That's exactly right, right about there. As you can see, it's going to go up, and then it'll hit and retest, and up a little more, and then come down and retest, and go up a little more, and come down and retest 3 times. See it right here? And then the 4th time, it'll go up, it'll stop and retest, and then it's going to go up more. It'll stop and retest, and it will go into profit. It just takes time. And no one can tell you exactly how long that time's going to be, but it's going to happen. Trades always repeat themselves. That's why I can look back here and see what's going on and know that that's what's going to take place. Now, the most I could possibly lose the way this is going is, I would say, around $24. I have a long ways to go, and there's a lot of time. When you trade, set an account specifically for trading, nothing else. And then once you go into profit and you get that profit, you can take some of that profit and pay yourself, as well as take some of the bills. Depending on how good you've done, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to stop my screen share. And by the way, we're at negative $18.18, so it's already turned around a little bit. Stop our screen share. Now, I've been asked many times where the signals come from. Well, there's 5 areas where I get my signals. Stevenson Lindor and Orrin Wright are both educators through iMarkets Live, and they're excellent to be following in Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. You can reach out to them, and they will be more than happy once you become part of IML, as well as other situations. You might actually be blessed enough to get them to help you learn what you need to do. My 3rd area is Christopher Terry, who happens to be iMarkets Live CEO and has over 25 years of trading experience. So because of that experience, I can say without any issue that you can put your faith in him. If he tells you something's going to work, it's going to work. If he tells you something's not going to work, pay attention. He knows what he's talking about. 4th area is Tracy Walker, who happens to be my sponsor through iMarkets Live. Now, she does summits as well as webinars to teach from basic all the way to intermediate and some advanced on how to find your entry price, to find your stop loss and your take profit, to know when to get in a trade on a chart and when to get out. She will help you so that you can understand how to mark it up. But she prefers that you become part of IML, iMarkets Live. And the last area is Swipe Trades. Now, Swipe Trades is an app that goes on your cell phone or your smartphone, regardless of the type it is, that gives you signals and ideas of trades that you can take a look at. And if you've learned how to mark up your charts and set your rules, then you can take one of those signals or as many as you have available and trade with them without an issue. But keep in mind, all of this information, it's still up to you on what you do with it. Now I'm going to pause a moment and see if there are any questions. And it's quiet. Going once, going twice. and God. Thank you for joining me, and you go and have a fantastic remainder of your night or day, depending on where you are in the world, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.